Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Accompong Maroon, Colonel Richard Currie, or the Girls Dem Sugar. Once news broke that the new colonel of the Accompong Maroons was elected in St. Elizabeth on Thursday, the interwebs spiraled into a furore. This was particularly so that Jamaican women who couldn't believe their eyes, or rather, fringe indifference to the strong, sturdy Maroon man who was the leader of the Accompong Maroons. Many are accosted to the over 60 figurehead, the stereotype of Jamaican politicians. On the contrary, the 43-year-old is reportedly the youngest person to become a colonel and led the polls with a 681 to 400 vote win. What is it about a man in public office or of authority that makes most women weep with desire? Lifestyle sought some answers. For fear of her boyfriend seeing her name in print, Sasha Lee Morris opted to respond incognito. She said, "He's a Jamaican Black Panther. Me need to get me Maroon passport and move go Accompong town." Morris' response was met with, "If him stay good one more time," from her very single friend, cosmetologist Tashana Henry. Both ladies were keen on the social media uproar as others yawned at the images of the Maroon stud. Another woman who wished to remain nameless said, "You hardly see a tan good man in a Jamaica. The man tan good, improper. He can sit down and at the end of my table, me woulda give him the chicken breast," was a comment sent from Maxine from Kingston. A mutual friend of Currie confirms that Colonel-elect is not only a good-looking chap, but quite brainy too. For purposes of this article, she'll be called Arlene. "I know for a fact that he's an intellect and a direct descendant of previous Maroon leaders, Kojo," she reported. However, she declared that she's now more eager to learn of the history and more of the Maroons. "Seeing these pictures made me want to learn more about the Maroons. I'm intrigued to learn about the true Maroon history. When I think about the things I learned and read about the Maroons, it's interesting. A lot of it seems ridiculous and antiquated, but I'm intrigued." She continued, "I want to know how Currie plans to interpret the roles of the Maroon and tie culture and history versus reality and intellect." The final comment came from a mature woman who is naturally peering beyond face value. She found Currie to be confused and unsure of himself, adding that she sees a facade of confidence and she doesn't believe he is very self-assured. Asafa and Alyshia celebrate second anniversary. Former 100-meter record holder and reigning sub-10 second kingpin Jamaican Asafa Powell and Canadian model Alyshia Miller celebrated their second anniversary recently. He posted one of his wedding photos with the caption, "Still celebrating my anniversary week. You don't know what life has in store for you, so never say never." The two tied the knot in a private ceremony on February 16, 2019 in Montego Bay, St. James, in the presence of close friends and family members. The wedding followed their engagement in 2018 after Powell proposed, with the move being kept under wraps until Miller shared the hot news later in the year on social media. Powell held the 100-meter world record between June 2005 and May 2008 with times of 9.77 and 9.74 seconds. He consistently broke the 10-second barrier in competition with his personal best of 9.72 seconds, ranking fourth on the all-time list of male 100-meter athletes. Up to September 2016, Powell had broken the 10-second barrier for the 100-meter event more times than anyone else, 97 times. He still holds the world record for the 100-yard dash with a time of 9.09 set on May 27, 2010 in Czech Republic. Alyshia Miller is a Canadian model. The two met in 2012 in Toronto, Canada. Asafa fell into Alyshia's orbit when he was in the multicultural city for a track meet. She was accompanied to the event by her friend who, at the time, was head over heels in love with the athlete. Starstruck, the friend rushed over for a picture, leaving Alyshia waiting in the wings. Asafa obliged the photo up, but in a fairy tale-like twist, it was Alyshia who caught his eyes as the #1 contender for the leading lady spot. Fast forward to 2015, Asafa hit her up via Instagram, casually saying hi, and the two sparked with love and bloom, and they struck up a budding romance. Initially, my reaction was, "Why is he messaging me?" Then my best friend said, "Just get to know him." I took about a week to respond to him, and here we are. The rest, as they say, is love history. URoy's body to lie in state at National Arena. Late veteran toaster URoy will be buried on March 28 and his body will lie in state at the National Arena on March 25th so that the public can say their final farewells to the beloved singer. Minister Oliver Grange is organizing the viewing, which will take place on March 25th at the National Arena. He will have to go to Dovecote as they are not burying anyone else in National Heroes Park, URoy's partner of 40-plus years, Marcia Michael, said. "I am trying to get a big church so that social distancing can be observed because I am not sure that the 10 people stipulation because of COVID can work with a popular public figure like URoy. A lot of people want to be there," she said. Daddy URoy is survived by 16 children. Michael, who is in her 60s, had lived with the artist for 41 years. They didn't conceive any children together, but he raised Michael's child from a previous relationship as his own. "I came there with one child, and when I realized that he had so many other kids, I didn't want to join the bandwagon. Him did not, so I just raised everyone. I didn't bother to have any more," she joked. "We had some great years, ups and downs like everyone else, good times and bad times, but I stick with it through faith. At my age, where me did I go again? There was a lot of love in our home," she said. URoy passed away on February 17. The veteran toaster helped transform Jamaican music through an innovative vocal improvisation process known as toasting, where he expanded the role of DJ into someone who didn't just play and introduce records, but added their own verge and vocal ability to the product. He was 78. Michael said that the artist has been receiving treatment for diabetes and high blood pressure conditions and that he also suffered with kidney problems. He had a kidney problem, but he didn't want to go on dialysis, she said. She said he had been in and out of hospital and most recently had undergone an operation to address an issue of internal bleeding. The operation was successful and the bleeding stopped. But then the bleeding started somewhere else in his heart, Michael said. He was readmitted to the operating theater at the University Hospital of the West Indies on Wednesday and he later died. "We will be live streaming the event so that his fans all around the world can say their farewells. Everything is being handled by Perry's Funeral Home," she said. Beckford was the first toaster to popularize the form through a series of successful releases on the Duke Reid label, gaining a wider audience for toasting. This approach to production and the remixing of previously recorded tracks with a new vocal influence the early hip-hop pioneers such as Kool Herc. URoy's two first singles, released on Duke's Reid Treasure Isle label, were iconic smash hits. Those singles, Wake the Town 1970 and Wear You to the Ball 1970, dominated the airwaves and established his reputation as one of Jamaica's most popular toasters. One of his most significant achievements was the establishment of his own system, which he named Sturgov after his sons in 1978. The sound system would then launch the career of a younger generation of toasters and singers, including Rankin Joe, Just Screw, Charlene Chaplin, and Josie Wales. He was conferred an Order of Distinction for his contribution to Jamaican music. URoy's most recent album is Pray for the People, which was released in 2012. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.